Christine was part of, she's basically royalty in our church. Oh, this will make me cool in our church,
So
type
was
of
your
thing.
ego.
Oh, I was a polygamist. It's all ego, baby.
It's all ego, baby. Kody has spent years selling us a fantasy that he was the alpha, that he was the prize, the man that every woman wanted. He bragged about his abs, his rock hard chest, even claimed that the wives were panting their tongues like dogs in heat just to win his attention. But guess what? Christine's memoir took that carefully crafted ego and smashed it into pieces. Suddenly, the alpha doesn't look like a fraud. The chest is meaningless, and the world sees Kody for what he really is: insecure, cruel, horrible in bed, undesirable. If you really look at it, his pride is shattered, his masculinity is exposed, and now he's left scrambling for a way to save face. So Christine didn't just leave him. His bravado, his masculinity, guys, his very essence of machismo is shattered. And the whole thing, we're going to go over it all because it is a damn mess. Hey guys, welcome. I am so happy to see everyone in chat, everyone that's watching on the replay. This is going to be a good one because is there ever a better time? It always feels good to just give it back to Kody, right? The way that he's treated everyone. You know what? Karma happens. And guess what? Karma is knocking today. It's going to be a good one. So get ready. We're getting into it, right? By the way, link is in the description. I know those of you that haven't listened to it, listen to it. What I'm talking about, Christine's audiobook, there's a link in the description and it's pinned in the comment section. If you've been thinking about it and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot to do that. IQ told me to do it now. So anyway, the link is in the description for that. We got to start with the obvious, okay? And this is our I love this. I love this. You guys are in for a good one. I'm hoping that the music is not too loud for our little sections that we're going to do here. But the first one is basically we're going to call Kody Mr. Alpha. And I know some of you guys are probably going to get mad by me saying that, but it's just a play on words because that's what he thinks. That's how Kody sees himself. He is Mr. Alpha and he got dethroned. Christine's book basically dethroned him and stripped him of the title within his sick mind. And that's what we're going to go over right now. This is going to be a good one. All right. So let's start with the obvious, okay? Kody has always, always, always wanted to be seen as the prize. Has he not? He's strutted around for years like he was this crown jewel of Flagstaff, the quarterback of his own little polygamous football team. He's bragged, gosh, name it in the chat. He's bragged about his chest, his abs, his supposed alpha male status, right? He's loved to paint himself as the lion of the pride, the dominant figure with the multiple women competing for his attention. He said it out loud, right? He said it out loud, guys. And there's no way that with Christine's book, he was already in kind of a fragile ego sentiment. Do you remember this?
Manly. So I'm not going to sit and go, hey, somebody's leaving me. I don't want my other wives to see me as weak. So I don't want to talk about it to them.
You don't want to talk to them about it. He feels unmanly. If he felt unmanly with Christine just saying, you're not good enough and I'm leaving you. Because remember, that's a huge thing for him. He already said it's all ego, baby. What is that doing to his ego? Because he likes feeling like women are desperate to pick him. He wants to sell that fantasy. He says he feels unmanly. Where's another one? Is there another one? I don't want, what does he say? My other wives to see me as weak. What about the world, Kody? What if the world sees you as weak now, right? So he wants to sell this fantasy of this man that's irresistible and so masculine that women would humiliate themselves just for the privilege of being chosen, right? And then comes Christine's memoir. We love that. We love our girl for that. What does she do? She doesn't scream. She doesn't rant like he does. She doesn't lie like he does. She doesn't gaslight like he does. Christine simply is telling the truth. The truth that her wedding kiss was the shortest her grandpa's ever seen. The truth that her honeymoon was a nightmare of hurt and pain. What does that do to his bravado, guys? What does that do? Hold on, I want to see. You guys are blowing it up in the chat right now. You're hilarious. His sports car, right? Right, Joanne? He's a gift to all women, right, Michelle? It's just ridiculous. He does see himself as king. Well, guess what? The king was dethroned. Okay, so what does Christine do? She talks about his cold indifference and his humiliation and the truth that for years, intimacy meant covering up with the polygamist PJs. And Kody showed zero skill, basically. Basically, zero skill. And that one truth after another slices through his alpha narrative lies like a hot knife through butter, guys. That's a hot knife through butter because suddenly the man who bragged about abs and dominance, he's not looking like a stud. He's looking like a fraud. He had pride when he was saying this. Remember this. It's only a certain part. I'm not going to play the whole thing. Just this.
I think she thinks I'm hot. I got nice pecs and a great six-pack abs, but that's all she's interested in.
Okay, so don't worry. We're not listening to the whole thing. I can't find that clip anywhere, so we're just going to use that. He likes it. He likes knowing. Let's just see. Where is he flexing here? He loves showing off his bravado, his muscles. He likes women smiling and watching him. I mean, he's just disgusting. Anyway, where's another one? He loves it. He loves feeling adored. And basically, Christine did the opposite. She's like, dude, you're actually horrible. You're absolutely terrible in bed. Can there be anything worse? I mean, she's telling the truth. No lies detected. Right, Sarah K? David is the stud for real. It's ridiculous. It's very, very interesting, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay. So what I want to do is this is so crazy. This is so crazy because I don't know. Yeah, he's starting to this man, this that you see on the screen. We'll just say this. This that you see on the screen that bragged about abs and how all the women want him. He's not looking like the stud that he thinks anymore. Like that delusion or illusion is shattered. He's looking like a damn fraud. And Christine's book doesn't just expose his failings as a husband, but he's got to feel like he's got to feel that image is shattered. A man who literally thinks that it's all ego, baby. Where is that? Where is that? It's all ego. Here we go. Oh, I need to go back. I think it was muted. There we go.
Oh, I was a polygamist. It's all ego, baby.
There we go. It's all ego, baby. For this man, that's the kind of blow you don't recover from. Hey, the world knows now, and I guarantee you that Christine's book is going to be a New York Times bestseller. The whole world knows you're a horrible lover. Horrible. Can there be anything worse as far as ego goes? I don't think so. I don't think so. So this isn't just Christine reclaiming her power. It's Kody's worst nightmare come to life. It really is. And so, yeah, we're going to talk a little bit more about his all ego baby. Yes. Okay. So, yeah. All ego baby, it quotes it up perfectly. He said it with a smirk. He let the audience in on his charming little secret. But what he really did was confess the truth. Every choice that he made, every wife he pursued, or actually that pursued him, every word of mouth, it's all been feeding his ego, not faith. It hasn't been love. It's not anything other than ego. And that's when you understand that suddenly Christine's book, it's hitting differently. Because she's not just telling this like sad story about a failed marriage, she's striking at the very core of what Kody values. Think about it, guys. This man wants to be admired. He wants to be adored. He wants to be respected. He also wants everyone to see him as untouchable, and he wants the viewers, us, to buy into his fantasy of being this alpha male. Let's just go into this. I want you to hear him discuss polygamy. And remember, he's talking about himself here. So when you're listening to him, just think about how he views himself and how he thinks that other people view him.
Yeah.
That's an impossible question. And it's a paradox. And I think plural marriage is a paradox because, listen, if you were to ask me, is plural marriage or polygamy good for society? I'm going to tell you, it has to be. And because you're never going to stop it. And the reason you're never going to stop it is because there's two things going on. Men are polygynists. We want to have one more woman, no matter how programmed we are for monogamy. And
hold on. So I want to just stop it there. So if men are always programmed to have more women, but now the word is out that you're kind of horrible, that's going to shatter his his facade, his ego. I love it. I love it. Keep going, Kody.
Women are, what's the word? It's a word that's slipping my mind where she wants a better man than the man she's got. You guys would know the word. And so,
okay. So, they're looking for a better man. She's looking, wait, where is it? What's the word? Women are looking for, what the hell is it? Hold on.
It is because there's two things going on. Men are polygynists. We want to have one more woman, no matter how.
Oh, by the way, the for whatever reason, when I was doing the captions here, it is a little bit off. So I apologize for that, but I didn't have time to recorrect it before we went live.
How programmed we are for monogamy, and women are, what's the word?
Let's just leave it there. She's looking for a better man. Well, this is just showing how much of a better man David is, like in all facets, Kody, in all facets, and especially in one of the ones that you care about the most. I think that is amazing.
Additional foundation.
It's a word that's slipping my mind where she wants a better man than the man she's got. You guys would know the word. And so they're looking for a better man. And so you're always going, as long as you have hypergamy, that's the word. As long as you have polygamy, you'll have hypergamy. And as long as you have hypergamy, you're going to have polygamy.
I didn't know
the word hypergamy.
We learned something tonight.
And I don't want to get into this because it's a very sexist word. But, everybody makes jokes about men and their wandering eyes. Everybody makes a joke about that. And the strongest monogamists still go, "Ooh, hubba hubba," when a good looking woman goes by. There's still a biological nature, and it's all been proven out, as far as I can tell accurately, by modern modern evolutionary psychology.
Okay. All right. So there we go. Yeah, I just think it's interesting. So here he is thinking that women always want the better man. Where is that? A better man. We'll just leave it there. That women always want the better man. Well, Christine already shared that, Kody, you don't know what you're doing. Okay. It was so painful for her, she couldn't try again the entire trip. That's not just a marital problem. Your ego. Can it get any worse than that? Can it? It exposes his inability to connect. And it's so funny, this has to be humiliating for him. Not that Christine did it intentionally, I don't think, but she told the truth. And for someone like him, I feel like his identity depends on perception. Truth is the sharpest weapon of all. Because the ego that is roaring was fake. It was a facade. It was all smoke and mirrors, which is basically kind of Kody's alpha male delusion, which we need to get into next. Okay, so yeah, we need to talk about the alpha male delusion because he sprinkled, and you guys know this, out over the years, he sprinkled that into conversations to explain his behavior, right? We've heard it over and over again. He frames himself as the leader of the family, the leader of his community, that everyone in school loved to be around him, that his children are so impressed. Well, besides the last 3 or 4 years since COVID, how, everyone loves him, right? That he's the dominant force, that women always naturally gravitate towards him. There's women all the time coming up and saying, "I want to be part of your group. Pick me." Even after he had 4 wives, right? Um, but here's the thing about real alpha males. They don't even have to say that they're alpha. They just are. And when you spend this kind of time like declaring your status, almost in every single episode, Kody somehow, either covertly, sneakily, tacit admission, somehow it always comes back to him being some type of alpha. It's there. And for me, that's a red flag if you always have to do that, because you're compensating for the fact that you don't think that anyone actually sees it. Is that something that he would ever admit to? Maybe. So Christine's book, like I said, it's one thing you guys just need to hear her words. It's different reading it, and it's different hearing it from Christine's mouth, because Christine is the one reading this audiobook, and it just adds even more meaning to it. So, I just think it's interesting because her book dismantles this alpha fantasy one humiliating detail at a time. An alpha male doesn't have to give this half-hearted kiss at the altar. An alpha male doesn't have to fail to plan a honeymoon and have the bride in tears on their first time together. An alpha male doesn't force his wife to be uncomfortable or deny her vulnerability and tenderness. That's not any type of dominance, sir. It's not. That's not dominance. That's detachment. That's what it is. So, Kody, no, sir, you were never an alpha, okay? You're a man with a fragile little itty bitty ego. Bragging that you had this diesel jeans model that was 10 years younger. And the wives were too conditioned at this point to call him out. But Christine's book strips that all away. She exposes the hollowness of his so-called dominance. Really, Kody's alpha is just this deeply insecure little man that's terrified, I think, of really, truly being seen for what he is. So why I know that this bothers Kody so much is men who cling to alpha language so much are usually the ones who feel the least secure in their masculinity. I really do. I think that they perform dominance because they do not feel it. Darlene says, the ultimate revenge. Tell the world of his shortcomings. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hold on, Darlene, that's so good. Hold on, wait a second. Okay, we got to play just a little part of another video. Where is that? We'll just do this very beginning part because you're right.
Tell the whole world. Tell the world. And then go hang out with your buddy Christine.
That's so true. Let me just hear that again. You're right, Darlene. Hold on. Now I need your thing up. Now it makes more sense. Okay, tell the world.
No, tell the whole world. Tell the world. And then go hang out with your buddy Christine.
Yup. Absolutely, Darlene. Absolutely. Yeah, he is not. This is probably, look, you see this face? If he's that upset about them saying, because that's the thing, Kody doesn't give a damn, really, if he's looking like a complete a-hole on camera. But if you start messing with his ego, he has a problem. If you don't think that this is how he's seething behind closed doors right now, listening to Christine's book, that everyone is talking about him in ways that maybe he never thought would happen, you know that he is crumbling and he's in shambles right now. His masculinity has been attacked. So Christine's story proves it. Sorry, Kody, you're not a leader. No one's desiring that behind closed doors. You're not magnetic. You are cruel. You're withholding. You're punitive. And your stupid alpha male delusion, it's not just fragile, Kody. It's like, it's non-existent. It's non-existent. So that gets us into something else that he likes to discuss a lot with his stupid masculinity and narcissistic ego, is that Kody doesn't just have a rock hard chest. He has a soft, fragile ego. That's what we're going to discuss next. So we discussed it a little bit before, but I want to revisit this really quick because it's one of the most ridiculous boasts that he's ever had on the show. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but I just need to dissect it with you guys a little bit more because we're kind of roasting him today. That's kind of what we do, right? And I see chat, you guys are roasting him like like he's a I guess no, I don't want to say he's a s'more because that makes it seem like he's a snack, but he is getting roasted. Okay, let me see. Let's do his rock hard abs thing.
I think she thinks I'm hot. I got nice pecs and a great six-pack abs, but that's all she's interested in.
He's so stupid. I'm telling you, like I said, Kody just has a punchable face. Not that anyone should ever act on that. It just, ugh, you know what I mean? It just is. I gotta say. So let's do this, okay? He says it proud. It's like his torso alone made him irresistible. He wants to tell the world, hey, listen, I'm desirable. Everyone wants me. I'm still a catch. He's flexing his body like it's his entire personality because I don't know. It kind of is. But like I said, Christine's memoir, it pulls the rug from under his stupid humble brag. Because what good is a six-pack ab if the man attached to it can't even comfort his wife on their wedding night? Like, this is cemented in like Sister Ride's history. Kody will never walk away from Christine's memoir. Oh, that's a good one. Oh my gosh, wait, let me go back. That was perfect. Let's just stop right there. There we go. I mean, ladies, gentlemen, do we need to say any more? There it is. This is the difference between surface and substance. Kody is obsessed over the surface, but Christine lived for the substance, and that was empty, guys. It was empty. And I guess, and this is where the humiliation I feel like for Kody is cutting the deepest, because for a man who built his image around physicality, about virality, for Christine to share this, as horrible as it was for her, and don't get me wrong, like I feel for her, but it just feels like poetic justice that now, probably something Kody never thought would happen. It is now painful as far as ego destroying, not physically, but ego destroying and masculinity destroying. This is destroying his bravado. It's destroying his ego. You know? It's undermining every ounce of his bravado. There we go. Let's just play this a little bit over and over. Because guess what? Abs fade over the years. Chest muscles are going to soften. But words in a memoir, they last forever, guys. Forever. We're listening to it. We got the audio version that's going to live on. The book form is going to live on. And now, instead of women sighing over his physique, even if they see his physique, and I guess that's something that he's very proud of, they're also going to associate him with just being a bad lover. So that brag that once boosted his ego now makes him look absolutely absurd. Just absurd. So, oh my God. So what's the life lesson here? Physical appearance, like, it doesn't make the man, Kody. It doesn't. But as Christine said, and she basically found it, Christine found the exact opposite with David, and I'm so happy for her. She found tenderness because Kody can't provide that. She found respect because Kody can't provide that. A meaningful, intimate relationship. Kody can't do that. I guess Kody thought his chest was enough to carry him through, but our girl had it proved otherwise. And that truth is probably one of the most embarrassing insults that anyone could ever throw back at him. Like I said, it's yeah, right, Ruth? Ruth said Kody can listen to Christine's voice say it. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. So I find that hilarious. So, you know what? I think here's what we need to do. We need to talk about his bruised ego a little bit and the life lessons that he can learn. Okay, so Christine, your book didn't just spill it all. It basically shattered this man's ego. I love it. I love it. So what do we do? Like what takeaways do we have, right? Beyond the shade and beyond the schadenfreude, which it's so deserved, is it not? Is it not? I love seeing Kody get his comeuppance. There are real lessons in Kody's like public ego collapse. First and foremost, never build your identity on ego. He really needs to stop doing that. He really needs to stop doing that.
I just like, I didn't create this problem. Don't be mad at me because I've got standards. It feels like just this major injustice that is being done to me, and it galls me.
Well, you know, it shouldn't gall you. It really shouldn't. You never build your ego, and you're just, don't do it. Your ego is under false terms. It's a false premise. It's fake. If your entire sense of self depends on how others see you, you're always going to be close to collapse. And I feel like that's why Kody is flailing. His identity is never about being loved. It's about being admired. It's about people loving him or respecting him. It's all about his ego. Is it not, guys? Is it not? I think so. Right, Kathy? Kathy said pride before the fall. Sarah K said, can you please play happy birthday song for 49er? I don't have a happy birthday song. Oh, 49er, happy birthday. I'm sorry, I don't have one. But maybe I should get one. 49er, good to see you. Happy birthday. Bruce said his tone when he said done to me. Right? Yeah. Okay. So, let's see. Is there a happy birthday song? I don't think I have one. Yeah, I don't have one. That's a good suggestion though. Maybe I need to make one. Okay. So, I think I said the first one was his ego. Okay, so the second lesson is like real power is not loud like Kody tries it, like he pretends it to be. The strongest men, they don't declare themselves as alpha. They don't need to brag about their abs. They don't need to flex literally and show their dominance. They can show power through consistency and kindness and quiet confidence. Kody, did you hear that? Quiet. Kody does the opposite. And Christine's book reveals that. And the thing is, the truth is always going to outlast the performance. Okay? There's a difference. The truth's always going to come out. You can perform, Kody, all you want for the cameras, on TV, on the show. But Christine wrote hundreds of pages of honesty, and it completely destroyed your facade. I'm telling you, truth and time are the ultimate equalizer. Time exposes the truth. It really does. Alpha also nurtures, Hummingbird says. Agreed. Meredith says, happy birthday, 49er. Yeah. Alphas, they do nurture. They do. Gabrielle says, Kody has forgotten that the Bible says the meek shall inherit the earth. Woo! Very true. Very, very true. You know, I want to talk a little bit about Kody's worst nightmare out of all of this. I don't think that we discussed it. Let's just talk about his worst nightmare out of everything that's happened in the book. right? And yes, it has to do with his ego. And yes, it has to do with his masculinity, but it goes a little bit deeper than that. So let's discuss that next. Okay, so if there's one thing that Kody can't handle, it's being laughed at. And I feel like laughter in this scenario is probably his worst nightmare. Because anger you can fight with, right? I feel like rejection, he can spin that into betrayal, which he normally does. That's kind of his MO, his go-to. But laughter, people laughing at him, that's one thing that his ego cannot survive. And Christine basically, she made him a punchline. I'm sorry, but she did. Like, I mean, yes, his own actions, especially even in the trailer for this season, he does do a lot for himself. All right, he digs his own hole, but he would never have admitted the things that Christine admitted, and it just makes him look like a complete doofus. The 1,000-yard stare at the altar, the half-hearted kiss, the motel honeymoon, the painful wedding night. Bragging about abs while your wife is crying herself to sleep. These aren't just details, guys. They're humiliations. And once the audience starts laughing at you, your stupid alpha act, it's done. It's finished. It's over. Kody basically had a true emasculation session over the past 2 weeks. Not just that Christine left him. Not just that she found someone better. Not just that she's actually having that physical prowess that he, I don't know, I guess thought was okay. He wanted to be the alpha and now he's the clown. And there's no way that he's happy about what was put out in the book. His kids will probably read that. Any future prospects, probably just think about it. Even if a woman did come up to him and wanted to be in his group, he's got to be thinking, oh my gosh, everyone probably thinks I'm horrible in bed. I'm a horrible, I'm a horrible lover, which for him matters because that's all he talks about. He's always talking about that. Always. And so here's the thing. It's weird because Christine got revenge without revenge. There was no intentional revenge there. There wasn't anything going out to hurt Kody, or it just happened. That's the most poetic part of this all. Christine did not write this memoir to destroy Kody. She didn't. She didn't scheme to crush his ego like he's done with a lot of the women. She simply just told her truth. That's it. And a lot of it is actually, she's even said, is embarrassing to her. And that truth hit harder than any insult, any clap back, any tabloid headline ever could. And that is the beauty of Christine's authenticity with this book. When you've lived in someone else's shadow, which she has, when she's been humiliated and diminished and have to hear behind this very thin wall on each side of you things that are going on, things that you're not getting. Probably the most powerful revenge is reclaiming her story. And Christine didn't even need to fight dirty, guys. Her honesty was enough. And the crazy part is there's so much that she left out. She's hinted at it in interviews. Well, I don't really want to go there. I don't want to cause too much problems in the family, blah, 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 blah. Let alone, is there really everything? I don't know. I feel like there's more to come. Once the actual contract with TLC is over, maybe we'll get something even more no holds bar. But even with just this, even with what we just know now, Kody's sexual reputation, his alpha reputation, which is not necessarily what we care about, but what I like is that he cares about it and it's getting destroyed. That's what I like. That's what he cares about. This is what hurts him. You know how he would withhold affection from Christine because she knew that that would hurt him? Kody pretty much doesn't give a damn about most things but money, which none of this is going to him. And not on top of that, Christine is getting paid and he is getting emasculated. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, Kody. So your reputation isn't shatters. Your alpha image is being laughed at. We're all laughing at you, dude. We're laughing at you. And your bruised ego is beyond repair. And that's not just the kind of revenge that it doesn't just sting, it lingers. Yep, because Christine's memoir is permanent. It's on our bookshelves, it's in our phones, it's in articles. We're going over it. You guys are okay. Kathy said, we never thought you were alpha. Melinda said, his shortcomings. And Miss Omi said, he's a and you can read Miss Omi's statement. There we go. That's the thing. You are being laughed at. And yeah, I'm sorry, but you're taking another hit, Kody. And the best part is that Christine gets to keep living her best life. She gets to be happy and free while Kody is stewing in this humiliation. And if it's one thing that Kody can't handle, it's being laughed at, especially over his sexual prowess. Where is that? You know what I mean? He just flexes all the time. That's what he cares about. So it's not just that Christine left him. She found somebody better. Oh my gosh. She told her story and now the world sees. Hold on, because I need to go back. Now the world sees the emperor has no clothes. Like literally. There we go. This emperor has no clothes. He wanted to be the alpha. Instead, he's the clown. And that's the kind of humiliation that no chest puffing can erase. It's not going anywhere, Kody. So yeah, so at the end of the day, her memoir, it exposed him to Robin, to his kids, to the world. And it took the ego. I know you guys are getting sick of seeing this, but I think we need to have this here. It took the ego that he had and deflated it with one single book. The alpha is a fraud. The chest is meaningless. The dominance is an act. And guess what, Kody? The truth is out there forever. It is. Darlene, I knew it. I knew it. There is seriously, oh my gosh, there is so much more that we need to go over. If you're watching and you've been thinking, oh my gosh, yes, IQ told me to get the book, get the audiobook, and I haven't yet, the link, it is in the description. I'm telling you, like, yes, everyone and all of your favorite creators are picking out little nuances, but I'm telling you, you listening to Christine on your own, it just hits different. Hearing her voice, hearing her emotion, her inflection, it's just different. So definitely click on the link. It's free for my listeners. You get a free 30-day trial. And this is the exact page that you will get on when you click this link. You get to enjoy a free trial. $0. So click on it, get it. You have 30 days to listen to it. It's only 8.5 hours if you do the audiobook. And what I like to do is I like to do like 1.8 speed. You can listen to it on your phone. You can listen to it on your way home from work, which is nice when you're driving either back and to and from work, or if you're in the car, or if you have a long drive coming up, that'll be perfect. Just put it on your phone, or you can put it on your laptop, whatever, and just listen to it. Take all the time you want. You have 30 days to listen to this. I am on round 2. It's that good where you miss little details, even with all of your favorite creators telling you different stories and what they heard and blah, blah. I'm telling you, you will probably, all of you will pick out things. You should probably bring it back here too so we can discuss it. Bring your perspective because everyone's going to pick up something different. And it's worth it. It really is. So with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for coming. And you know that there's a lot more that we have to dissect. A lot more. So make sure that you're subscribed. And thank you for my mods for coming. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you to all my members. Thank you to everyone that liked the video. Everyone that used the link to get their free audiobook. Thank you. And I will see you guys in a few hours probably. So if you definitely let me know what you think in the comment section for those of you that are watching on the replay, because I got to know what you have to say. We're going to have to do some follow-ups here because it's just been juicy every day. There's still so much to go over and the season hasn't even started. There's so much that we have to go over. Anyway, with that being said, I think you know which video that we're going to do today. Happy birthday, 49ers. And yeah, I will see you guys very soon. Here is the one that is the most relevant for today. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.
I think she thinks I'm hot. I got nice pecs and a great 6-pack abs, but that's all she's interested in. Let's dance. Janelle denies this, but I had a renaissance with Janelle in Las Vegas. Let's dance. While the floor is still swaying. I think she thinks I'm hot. I got nice pecs and a great 6-pack abs, but that's all she's interested in. This moment will never come again. I think she thinks I'm hot. I got nice pecs and a great 6-pack abs. Janelle denies this, but I had a renaissance with Janelle in Las Vegas. But if you're feeling bold, we can even do it thigh to thigh.